What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday, by the way. Hopefully you guys having a good weekend lined up. Today I am on the right hand side and we are going to be talking about the Classic Arena Platinum tier rebalance, guys. I know this is going to affect a huge amount of you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It probably doesn't affect any of you guys because Platinum tier is super restrictive, but that's not going to be the topic of this video. We're going to be talking about the rebalancing that's happening in the Platinum Arena tier. All right, so let's move on to the first slide here from this info deck. So reward rebalance. So in the version 11.3, so that's going to be the next update version. I'm pretty sure. Classic Arena Platinum tier rewards for the top 500, top 20, and top 3 will see significant balance changes. Again, this is not significant for the overall player base, top 500. If you guys were, playing long enough, it used to be top 250, and then they increased it to top 500. Right now, they probably need to increase it to top like 1,000, top 5,000. I don't know, for people to really give a hoot about Platinum Arena. The last time I pushed for Platinum Arena was probably about 3 years ago. This was before Mythical Champions came into the meta, and also the time zone change. It has not helped at all. So previously, the reset was around 2 a.m. and I would grind that before just to see if I could make it. And I didn't have too much issues going for Platinum at that time. But once Mythicals came into the picture, it was actually quite difficult. My best placement, I placed top 50, I think, twice. But like I said, this is like 3 years ago before Mythicals came into the picture. They did do a bunch of rework here, like with the blind battles and then, of course, the time zone shifting. But it didn't really help me at all because the time zone shift was on Sunday, late in the morning, which is basically as busy as you could be if you have a family. So there was like no way, even though I'm awake, there's no way I can like grind Platinum Arena. But anyways, they need to change this to top 1,000 for anyone to actually even care about this. So anyways, going on, these chests will now contain accessories of epic, legendary, and mythical rarities. That's pretty nice. Mythical accessories, mythical artifacts, and 12 new avatars, 4 per chest, and 2 new avatar frames for the top 500 and top 20 chests. So, frames, avatars, these are just kind of like trophies for people that grind Platinum Arena. That's cool. They should have put these in long time ago because there were just not many rewards or trophies or whatever for people to grind this. There's just not much incentive. So now they're offering way more incentive, better gear, mythical ranks, more accessories, and then more visuals. So here are the frames, literally the most boring frames you could possibly put, but hey, it's called Platinum Arena, so might as well get some platinum frames going on. And here are the avatars. I'm going to move my head here real quick. So the last one is going to be Lady Mikage. Yeah, we got some okay frames. I mean, honestly, who wants a frame of I think Oathbound? Who wants a frame of Dudan, or who wants a frame of Fenshi? I don't know. How are these Platinum Arena frames? I'm not sure. But sure, a frame for Empress, Galathier, Crixia, these are pretty cool. Mikage and stuff like that, pretty cool. But just another trophy for people that grind Live Arena, which is totally fine. Let's see, what's next? They're going to be rebalancing. This is probably the big one. They're going to be rebalancing the 2 sets that are offered in the Platinum Arena chest, which is Swift Parry and the Deflection set. So let's go over the balance changes here for Swift Parry. Swift Parry goes from a 6-piece set up to a 9-piece set. So they're going to be getting their own accessories. There's going to be a bit of a rework here. So the first set is going to give you 15% crit damage. 2-piece set will give you 8% speed on top. That's really nice. So you get crit damage and speed for a 2-piece set. So if you compare that to like a crit damage 2-piece set, which just gives you 20% crit damage, the Swift Parry set is going to be pretty significant. So even if you just put a ring and accessory on a champion, you're going to get an 8% speed boost and 15% crit damage. That's really nice. 3 pieces is going to give you additional 15% crit damage. So very damage focused 3 pieces here. And here we go into the 4-piece set. You get an additional 10% speed and a 50% chance of unkillable when receiving fatal damage, any damage source. So this is currently what the bonus is right now. I'm going to put that right here. So currently the 4-piece sets gives you 18% speed, 30% crit damage, and then the 50% chance to get the unkillable. So instead of all those bonuses coming together at 4 pieces, it's going to be broken up 1, 2, 3, and then the 4 piece will round it all out. You're basically getting the same stats, just broken up in a more flexible way, which is great. There's a huge buff, right? And then they're going to be adding, of course, all the way up to 9 piece bonuses. You're going to get some HP with 5 pieces. At 6 pieces, enemy single target attacks deal 15% less damage on the owner. It's kind of interesting as a 6 piece bonus. I don't think it's significantly high value. Surely not enough to warrant a 6 piece bonus on it. So you get 15% less damage on single target attacks. And it's only 15%. So it's not crazy significant for a 6 piece, in my opinion. 7 piece, you get a bit more HP. 8 piece, you go back to getting some speed, which is really nice. And then at 9 pieces, you're going to be ignoring 50% defense. That is huge. 9 pieces for 50% ignoring defense, massive. That's a massive bonus. Yeah, it's going to give you a bit of build flexibility as well. You pair that up with an ignore defense relic. And then if you put it on a champion that has some built-in ignore, you're going to hit that 100% ignore defense mark. A lot easier. But it's going to take 9 pieces of this to make it happen. You're going to have a champion that deals more crit damage, be a little bit faster, have an ability that keeps them alive half the time, and then basically take less damage from single target hits. You're going to have a crazy damage dealer if you have a 9 piece Swift Parry. Does it make it the best? Damage set in the game, for example, versus Merciless, for example. Merciless gives you 30% ignore defense with a chance at an extra turn on the 9 piece, and also has a built-in turn cooldown reduction on the kit as well. I think Merciless is probably still better than this, but Swift Parry gives you speed, which is a big advantage over something like Merciless. But it's interesting. You guys let me know in the comments below which one do you guys actually think is better. The 50% ignore defense with the chance to stay alive and the damage reduction against single target attacks, or something like Merciless in a 9 piece set, 30% damage, ignore defense, chance for a cooldown reduction and extra turn, and less speed. I don't know. I think Swift Parry maybe overtakes. Not too sure. Extra turn, less damage versus more damage, more speed, and then built-in survivability as well. Hard to say. But that just means the set is balanced. Is more balanced if you can compare it to current sets and then still kind of think about whether it's actually better or not. So it's not totally busted, but it's definitely going to be front and center in terms of meta damage dealer now. Now, I'm curious how we're going to get the accessories outside of going for Platinum Arena. Hopefully they can offer these accessories in other ways. Currently Swift Parry is being crafted in the Forge, but that only gives you the the body pieces. So the accessories, I wonder if these are going to be craftable. Probably not, I would think. But hopefully they can offer these up in other ways, maybe provide lower rarity in just like gold 5 chests. That would be interesting, 5-star or like legendary. But yeah, just update the 5-star, the gold 5. Sorry, update the gold 5 chest a little bit, guys. It's so sad. Just update it a little bit. Just give us some 6-star gear, more higher odds of 6-star gear or something. Just something. Or increase top platinum rankings. Like, it would just be helpful since more people will want this set. But anyways, that's Swift Parry. That's a pretty nice upgrade there for them. Hopefully, we get more ways of getting some of these accessories. Let's see what's next. So they did update and balance the deflection set as well. So, they actually mentioned here, important note, Swift Parry and deflection accessories will not be craftable. Did they mention it here? Both variables set new bonus. So, are getting reworked. Yeah. So, okay. So they answered the question here. So the accessories are not craftable. Okay. So they answered that. So let's check out the new deflection set here. 1 piece, you get an additional 20 accuracy. 2 pieces, you get 10 speed. So that's pretty good. 2 pieces, you get 20 accuracy and 10 speed. That's going to help, everybody, right? And then you got a 3-piece here with another 20 accuracy. So 3 pieces, you get 40 accuracy and 10% speed. And then on the 4-piece, you get 35% chance to deflect 1 debuff onto the attacker, block debuffs for 1 turn on the start of the round. Okay. So here is the current stats or bonuses for the 4-piece deflection set. So you get 20% HP, you get 20% defense, and then you get 25% chance to deflect one debuff onto attacker. So this is a pretty substantial buff for the deflection set. I mean, it needed it. It's so bad for so many years. It definitely 100 million% needed it. So you're getting accuracy, you're getting speed, which is going to help with the deflect chance, right? Or the likelihood of deflect. You're going to get a boosted chance of the deflect, so 35 from 25, and then you're going to start off the round with block debuffs. So that's similar to like something like feral immunity, untouchable. You're going to start off with the block debuffs, which is good against bombs, for example, against Calvalax, poisons. So yeah, very, 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 very strong upgrade there. On 5 pieces, you get an additional 10% speed. 6 pieces, wear deals bonus damage proportional to own accuracy, 10x accuracy to enemies that block debuffs from the wearer. Occurs once per skill. This damage can remove guard stacks. So maybe think about it like a, Phantom's Touch. Think about it like Phantom Touch, 10x accuracy. So if you have like 500 accuracy, for example, you're going to be doing 5,000 damage. I mean, 5,000 damage is like a little pin prick, just to break through that guard stack. I like it. Right? It's a little bit of extra damage there, but it only happens when enemies block debuffs. So this set ideally goes on a debuffer, high accuracy debuffer. And I think the main use case for this is mainly to break total guard stacks. 7 piece, you get 20 accuracy. 8 piece, you get more speed. This is crazy. You get quite a bit of speed and accuracy from this set. And then on 9 pieces, enemies ignore 10% less defense for each active debuff placed by the owner, 5% for bosses. So enemies ignore 10% less defense. So for example, if you have a 100% ignore defense champion, now with the 9-piece set, that damage dealer hitting you will have less ignore defense for each active debuff placed by owner. It says placed by owner. It doesn't say on that champion. So this can stack up very quickly. Like if you have an ability that lands 2 debuffs and then you land it on the entire team, that's 8 debuffs already. That's 80% less ignore defense that the enemies have. So that's very, very significant. 5% for bosses. That's going to help out a little bit as well. But this is very, very interesting. So this set purely goes on a debuffer. Speed, accuracy, really good stats for a debuffer here. It's going to help you get rid of total guard stacks. It's going to help you deal a little bit of damage too. It's going to give you block debuffs at the start. That's really nice. And it's going to protect your team. So it gives your team some durability by basically shutting down ignore defense from the enemy. So it's interesting. I'm not 100% sure how great this is, but having the block debuffs to start is really good because people already use, like, for example, Pharaoh and stuff like that. So I think this set's going to be pretty interesting, but it's a little bit of a niche case use set as well. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I mean, the reworks look really good. Like I said, deflection was really, really bad before this. It was almost never ever used. And now it can definitely see a lot of uses, even just for the stats here. Very, very useful stats, accuracy and speed. And the 4-piece is very usable. The 9-piece is also very useful. But getting there is going to be the hard part, right? And Swift Parry, definitely elevated itself to one of the best damage dealing sets in the entire game. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these changes. I know it's probably not going to affect most of you guys because it's only mentions that it is accessible for players reaching platinum. So hopefully they address some of the other issues in that this is just not accessible stuff for most people in the game. So hopefully they do address that. They never mention anything about updating the gold 5 chest. I would imagine that some of these pieces might end up in there, but maybe not. Maybe not, because Swift Parry and Deflection have never been offered in those gold 5 chests before, so maybe not. So that's a little bit unfortunate if they don't do that and they restrict these accessories strictly for platinum placement. That's going to be really, really tough. But if they wanted to drive the most activity to platinum for the sweatiest players, this might, be one way to do it. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all this. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one.